Module 4 is rapport building. So what is rapport? Well, rapport is having a connection with someone. It's an understanding that you're like me, I'm like you, there's something about you that I like, that I feel connected to. I'm sure you'll have remembered seeing a young couple at Valentine's Day in a restaurant. He smiles, she smiles. She runs her fingers through her hair, he runs his fingers through her hair. He has a sip of wine. They're in perfect rapport, those people, because they've got that connection, they're full of love, they're enjoying each other's company. Perfect, perfect rapport. So what is rapport building? Well, as it would suggest, we manufacture that, we make it happen, we make rapport happen. Now this is the most important skill, I think, that anyone can have. Everybody has it to a certain extent. Some people are better at it than others. If you see some guy everyone gravitates towards, everyone seems to like them, great rapport builder. Rapport building will help you in your career, it'll make you money. You never know, it might even help you with the opposite sex as well. It's such an important key skill. So everybody builds rapport naturally, everybody does it, but everybody does it in their comfort zone. Be that comfort zone be only in the four walls of your home. Some people will do it, they'll extend their comfort zone, they'll do it at work, and they'll do it in their sports team. But everybody builds rapport. Teenagers, when they all walk around with their bums hanging out and their jeans halfway down their backsides, they're doing that because they're in rapport with each other. They're using the clothes to be in rapport with each other. That's why all business people wear a suit and a tie, to build rapport with each other. But we're going to take it further than just clothing. We're going to look into mannerisms, we're going to look into the way that you talk, and how you can really actively build a connection with someone on a one-to-one basis. It's a dark art, it should be banned. It will make the person like you without them even knowing why they like you. It's going to make you so much difference to your exhibition, and we're going to talk about how to do it now. So the first stage we're going to learn about is how to avoid a clash, how to not get it horribly wrong. There's several different things that we need to be really aware of, and the key skill here is observing the other person, listening to them and looking at them and really thinking about the way that they're communicating. So the first thing we need to be really aware of is the tonality of that person's speech. Some people speak very flat, some people speak with peaks and troughs. Some people speak very, very quickly, and some people speak very, very slowly and consider every word. Now, if you're the guy who talks really, really quickly and you're talking to someone who's very slow, your head will pop because your brain is firing on a different level to that guy's. You're not going to have rapport, you're not going to have a connection. He's going to do your head in. And the same on the other way around. The guy speaks really slowly, he's going to feel the other guy's attacking him with his words. So that's the first thing we need to really pay attention to. When you're talking to someone, you listen to them. Are they talking quick? Are they talking slow? Is their conversation monotone? Or are they really expressive? Really important that you get that assigned straight away so you know what kind of conversation you're going to have with this person. So another thing that you need to pay attention to is the mood. Have you heard the expression, sense the tone? When someone walks into a room and they just get it completely wrong. Is this person that you're talking to, are they in a laughy, jokey mood? Or are they just want to get to the facts? They just need to talk about the product, they don't care what the weather's like. Really important to get that connection with that person. Some people, they're focused, all I'm interested in is buying this product or finding the best product for my company. Some people will be in a different mood. I'm out of the office today, it's brilliant, I'll have a little look around, I'll have a nice chat. You need to sense the tone of those people and attune your conversation accordingly. And another thing you need to pay attention to is masculine and feminine energy. Now this isn't men and women, there's a difference. Women can have masculine energy and vice versa. But the masculine energy tends to be more straight to the point. Just want to know the figures, I want to know how many units it processes an hour, I want to know its price, I don't know when you can deliver it. Where a woman will be, her needs will be better fulfilled with a more descriptive conversation about that product. So when you're talking to that person, you need to assess straight away which side they lean to. Have they got masculine energy? Have they got feminine energy? And a guy, you can get more feminine quite easily with your conversation. It just means being less direct, being more descriptive, being a bit more flowery with your conversation, and be happy to leap around to different parts of the conversation where men are much more focused. If you've got a guy who comes to the stand and he starts asking for figures and you start talking about the colour of the thing, he doesn't care about the colour, he wants to know how much it costs, how many units it processes, and he wants to know when he can have it delivered. And he's not interested in anything else. You need to focus in on that and make sure that you meet his needs. So we've talked about how to not get it wrong. Now we're going to stage 2, we're going to talk about how to actively build rapport with your prospect. And we do this with a technique which is called either mirroring or matching. As the name suggests, this involves copying some of the actions of the person with you. You copy their gestures, you copy their facial expressions, you copy their tonality, and you copy their language. Now this might seem very strange to people. You might feel that it's manufactured. I know when I started doing it, I would try it out on people and I think any minute they're gonna see what I'm up to and they're gonna, why are you copying me? But people genuinely don't, because firstly, you'll be copying them a lot less than you think you are, and it will actually look a lot more subtle than you think it is. So by mirroring that person, they will just perceive that, hey, this person's really like me. This is subconsciously, by the way, not consciously. Subconsciously be thinking, this person's just like me. He has the same facial expressions, he uses the same words. We must have something in common. And this is all subconscious, so he won't actually be thinking that. But his subconscious will be telling him, yeah, you should listen to this guy. I like this person. I like the cut of his jib. I like what he's talking about. Let's have a listen to what he's saying. So I've broken the process down into 3 stages. The first stage is tonality. We talked about that earlier. If you're a fast talker like me, you need to really be careful when you're speaking to someone who speaks slower, that you bring your conversation right down much, much slower. Take a long pause between your sentences, as they do, as if considering something. It will feel really alien, it will feel really slow, but the other person won't notice. For them, that's normal, that's how they go about their lives. If your conversation is with someone with a very flat tonality, you need to keep your expression down so that you're not too ups and down in your conversation. Keep it to match theirs. Really important. So really listen to the person that you're talking to. Well, that's what's so great about the questions that you devised in the earlier section, is because by asking them questions, they're going first, gives you an opportunity to soak in their tonality so that you can reflect it back to them. You're really just holding a mirror back to them of their own personality, which they're obviously going to like. So the next stage of the process is to copy their expressions, and that's their entire, how they express themselves with their entire body, but mostly face and hands. Some people frown and nod when you're giving them information. That's because they take the information very seriously, and you should reflect that back to them. When they give you some information, you should probably frown and nod back. Whereas another person, when you give them a great piece of information, may smile happily at them. Again, you should reflect that back to them. And to get really good at this, you don't just get the gist of the person, you get very specific. If someone has a specific hand gesture or a specific body language that they're doing right now, you mirror it back to them. If they put their hand on their chin, put your hand on your chin too. If they have a closed body posture, you do the same too. If they stand with their hand on their hip, you do the same too. You'll be reflecting back to them their own personality. They won't